right, let's start with Orlando. Looked good. Then it looked fine at halftime. Then it started to get dark. And then they were able to make a big comeback, and it was that third quarter, man.
Yeah.
It got rough on Twitter.com.
Yeah.
And the lead was getting a little too big for the Magic. They're up by 19 points in the second half, and it's like, and look, I get to say this. You guys know I can't fake when we come on the air because we are communicating throughout these games every time.
We are.
And I told you guys, I said, here's the good thing. The good thing is this team cannot shoot. And if you can just get on some kind of a run, like they can't score with you. You just got to start scoring. Because the number is going to be the number. Like, they ended on 105. Or, no, they ended on 104 for the game. I'm like, you have got to be able to score 105.
Yeah,
you know what
right.
I mean? Like, all right, we're clearly not going to get to the 120s that you're used to. But there's a number that they're not going to be able to get to that you can get to. Because you can score at a rate that they can't score. And Morant was just... I mean, we would all wait. We were like, come on, baby. Like, coming out of the All-Star break, and then the Indiana thing was lame. And then in this third quarter, starts to get going a little bit again.
Yeah, fourth quarter, he was...
And then the fourth quarter, it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. He was bum hunting Cole Anthony, which I love so much.
Well, and I said, the crazy thing about that game was, I said to you guys, you could go back to Friday's episode. And I said, dude, if you're 9 for 28, I don't care. Take 28. But what I can't do is you're an innocent bystander to the loss. Like, this can't happen.
Yeah.
Not far off, 10 for 24.
He got him up.
I mean,
He got him up, yeah.
But I just want that level of aggression. I want him being the guy. And you saw that in that Orlando game. And he went out of the game, and they, like, immediately went on a 14-0 run, and that was behind Desmond Bane and Ja Jackson. Had a wave there.
Shout out Gigi, man. Hit 3 in a row.
And all it took, every Grizzlies fan can thank my beloved mother, who I showed you guys the text during the game. She said, this third quarter thing, she goes, you know, it's the curse of this third quarter. What is going on here? She goes, I'm going to flip over to a Hallmark movie. And I text her back and I said, Mom, I said, Desmond Bane and Ja Jackson just went nuclear from 3. We're right back in the game. And she said, Hallmark movies did the trick.
There you go.
She flipped it back and then loved watching the end. And I will say, the end of that game, the Orlando game, it was crazy. On Saturday, I was at a couple different places where I was out in public, and everybody wanted to talk about that game everywhere I went. Most of which was, boy, did Orlando give us that one, right? Like, that was like the common sentiment. And I was like, you know, sometimes you can just be so thankful that the other team is, I mean, beyond clueless. I couldn't disagree. I was glad they made some winning plays down the stretch, but my God, did we make losing plays down the stretch, including missing 2 crucial free throws with a 1-point lead.
We missed 3 of the last 4.
Santi and who?
Dez. Because Dez bum hunted Cole Anthony when he got the foul call to go to the line.
Which I love that we do that down the stretch now. Instead of like doing the merry-go-round, it's like, all right, we finna find a mismatch.
Brandon Clark's hustle won us that game.
Shout out BC too.
He did.
He put in work.
He won us that game
First double-double
with his
of the
hustle.
season. First double-double of the season.
I mean, he was everywhere, and then he got the post-game interview, and he's like, I just want to win.
You've got the fourth quarter play-by-play. Go look. I believe it's right. When I was looking at Orlando had 104 or 103 points with 4 minutes and 38 seconds left. They scored 1 point in the final 4:38.
They did.
Bro, the shots they took were insane. Like, again, I'm viewing it through the prism of I'm rooting for the Grizzlies, but I'm like, what are they doing? And the last two were, I mean, unforgivables to me. The getting the ball back
And
with 18 seconds on the shot clock and him taking that wild ass three.
Yeah.
And then they get the ball after Santi misses the free throws. Their whole team is calling timeout.
And Paulo's like, I'm good. We gone.
And just
We got it. I got y'all. It's mine.
how reckless was that?
And then Jaren blocked
And
him,
he,
right?
no, he
Yeah.
drove into three people.
Drove into Santi, BC, and Jaren. Night, box him in.
That was
Go
just
home.
clueless basketball.
Yeah, Paulo was
like
cooking.
down the stretch. That was like, oh my god. Like it's everything. And look, you know, you have asked me last week about like closing lineups and lineups, whatever, and it was that lineup that had Jaren and Brandon in the front court, and it was just, dude, Brandon Clark is the switch god.
Yes.
Like, he switches on everything down the stretch. He is an amazing clutch time defender. And I think our buddy Sean Coleman, he put up something this weekend. I think it was Sean Coleman. Or no, maybe it was Keith. Fast break breakfast. Yeah, and he put up that
he
in
did.
clutch
Yeah.
time, the
Yeah.
defensive rating with Brandon Clark on the floor is like 63 or something. It's
Yeah,
like crazy.
65.6. NBA clutch stacks are mostly done, but let's ignore that. To 29 clutch minutes Brandon Clark has played this season. The Grizzlies have a defensive rating of 65.6.
I mean, that's the switch god.
Yeah, shout out BC, man.
Seriously.
Because even if
That's not a lot. That's not a short amount of minutes. You say almost 30
yeah,
minutes?
the 29 minutes in clutch games, yeah.
And they have just really been able to get stops when they've needed to get stops down the stretch. That was an ugly game. But
Yeah, it was.
an ugly game that they were able to come out on top. And again, how many times have we said this? When it stopped being, for at least a segment in time when they were able to go on that run, it's because there wasn't dead balls. It wasn't dead ball basketball.
Yeah.
So they were able to play. Now, you fast forward to yesterday. We had chalked this one up as a loss, right? You're playing a third game in 4 nights on the road against the best team. That team is the only team that has a better home record than them is Oklahoma City. So you know this is going to be a big challenge playing against Cleveland. But I texted you guys before the game and I said, look, man, I just want them to play well. And again, maybe we shouldn't be in the business of moral victories, but I will tell you, as someone who hosts a podcast with my man Jacoby, who is a Knicks guy, we're now.
Oh, man.
But I'm saying we're both in this mode of, bro. First step is show me you can compete against the best teams.
Yeah.
Like, that's the first step, and the Knicks continue to not
0-7.
be able to do it.
Ofer.
But and they give up 120 something points every time.
they get
So it's
destroyed.
like they haven't been able to do that. And again, the first step is right, show me you're there for it. And I thought maybe I'm crazy. That game ended last night, and I did not have a negative thought. Honestly, there were a lot of regrets that I had. There was a lot of like, man, if Bane wouldn't have had this total crap game where he couldn't make anything, the offense worked against a good team, so that was a good thing. I was like happy. Ja got aggressive again.
Yeah.
Maybe a little too late. I wish he would have been a little more aggressive earlier in it.
He was aggressive in the first quarter, then they iced him. But I mean, I wish he would have been and when he came in for that second little stint, I want him to get back to what he was doing in the first quarter. But he looked like he was getting back in the flow a little bit. You know
And then the other thing was, this is the worst game with their side. This is the worst game to have Jaren in foul trouble.
Yeah.
And so it's like I can sit there and go, man, if Jaren wouldn't have been in foul trouble, if Bane wouldn't have played like crap, if Ja would have turned up a little bit earlier, or if you would have just made any of the billion open threes that you obviously generated.
you got off offensive rebounds too. It was like Edie getting
Oh, my God, the
Edie
beginning
got
of
at
that
least 6 offensive rebounds,
I know.
kicking it
Yeah,
out, kicking it out. We were like,
You just need them to drop.
just make one.
They were wide open.
Make her miss. Like this thing is we're missing them, and they would go on their end and Maxi shoot, swing, boom.
And we weren't ready for the
swing.
Ty Jerome. We weren't
Yeah.
ready for the Ty Jerome fourth. Holy mackerel.
Yeah,
How great was he?
Dude, the one where he just, I mean, I don't know.
He was cooking our boy Vince, bro.
He came down on that left side, like, just came down on his own and was like, I'm pulling.
I was like, bro.
no pass.
Well, I
all-
texted you
like,
guys in the first
God.
quarter, and I said, bro, Wells has already got 3 fouls. I said, if they leave Wells on this dude, he's going to go for 65.
Talking about Don.
Yes.
Were we about to do the Zaire Williams, Devin Booker
Yes.
Tell you,
thing
bro,
with Donovan
I know.
Mitchell and
Don
Jalen Wells?
He was seeing red, boy.
Oh, my
He
God.
was seeing red. I was like, woo, woo.
All right, let me see. You guys know
No,
what time
don't
it is.
do it.
You know what time it is.
No, not today.
Yeah,
Shot
you
quality.
do. You know what time it is.
We need shot quality on this
You
one.
know what time it is.
Because we missed a lot of shots.
I'm gonna hope that it's already been uploaded
To get a damn rebound.
from yesterday's games.
That was 0 for 7 from 3. We still shot 38.5%.
To get a damn rebound, bro. That's what we need to do. Get a damn rebound.
Final score of yesterday's game: Cleveland Cavaliers 129 to 123. Shot quality score. Cleveland 140, Memphis 123.
Oh, man.
We didn't win
See,
shot
you should-
quality.
not
See,
win
you
shot
should-
quality.
You should have put that shot quality up, bro.
That is a shot quality mega loss.
Yeah.
All right, so now
I
that you
thought
told
we
me
got
that,
good shots.
now that you told
No.
me that, now I don't feel good at all.
I know.
And they didn't have Darius Garland.
Because,
My
bro,
God.
you know how many wide open trades they missed off offensive boards?
They missed a lot.
A
they
lot
did.
of, like, off of offensive boards, they were getting
Well,
wide
in the
open
first
trades.
half, hold on now. In the first half, I'm going to tell you what the number was. In the first half, they were,
2 for, like, what, 1,000?
no, they were 4 for 26 from 3.
Yeah, and then a lot of those were off offensive rebounds.
4 for 26. How many of those 26 did we have a hand in their face? Like,
Like 3.
so yeah, their shot quality is actually, they should have put up 140 against us.
Yeah, I think we lost the game on the backboard, bro. I think it's the intensity to get a rebound. You know what I'm saying?
The 31-second chance point.
Yeah, like
It's
31 second
that's
chance points is
crazy.
crazy to put on the box score.
And I am interested in seeing the way this goes. Again, so much is going to be matchup dependent, but it's something to pay attention to the last 25 games. Are we going to be able to put Jalen Wells on the best perimeter player on the other team? Are we going to feel comfortable with that? And is Edey going to be playable at all against the good teams?
We gonna need him, bro.
You know what I mean?
We're gonna need him because
I know.
he was the only one getting off O boards.
I know.
Only one.
But they also put him in literally every action,
Yep.
which ends in wide open threes.
Don was
and
going
how
on.
many times did what is going on with Ja Morant constantly getting switched on to big guys? And it ended yesterday where he almost got thrown into the stanchion by
He had to hold Jared Allen out.
This happens at least 3 times a game in a way that it never happened before.
He shouldn't be the low man on a
Why is this
rotation, bro.
Why is this happening so
Yeah.
often?
Yeah.
Yeah, am I crazy?
No, I see it too. He gets caught in that low man spot a lot, which is wild as hell. I don't understand how it happens either.
It happens.
He ends up on the low man a lot of times.
It happens regularly.
Yeah.
Like, why is he guarding Miles Turner?
And Josh
What are we doing?
He fight for his life under the rim.
I know.
Like Miles Turner, Jared Allen, Wendell Carter a couple times he got caught on.
Yeah.
Like, it was
They're
weird.
too big.
Yeah, it was weird.
My God. Hey, you know what's crazy? Last night when I said the good news is the Grizzlies are getting a ton of open threes, the bad news is they're missing all of them. You know who I got the most response from? Outside of, there's always going to be Grizzly fans mad. But
Right.
Orlando fans, they're like, welcome. Welcome to the club. Imagine watching it for 82 games.
Yeah,
And I was
that's
like,
true. Yeah.
Clank.
They really can't shoot.
Nah, they can't. They're brick fest.
And they went,
Middies and dunks. That's all
they
they
went
do.
and got KCP.
I thought he was going
He
to be the
can't
difference,
shoot.
bro. He can't shoot no more.
Nope.
He put on that Magic jersey, forgot.
Wait, you don't play with LeBron and Jokic?
Yeah,
I mean,
right?
he still shoot one of his shots, though. Hey, but shout out to Luke, though, bro. Like, we talked about, like, being in these big games, big stage.
Gonna
Home
need him.
State.
Luke hoop, bro.
The other thing is,
Yeah.
again, this is, and we're going to have to be able to hold up defensively with Luke out there, but you're watching it last night, and there's a whole segment of time where they're just going blocks and elbows, and they're just going to say, fine. Because Ja's not. They are fine with Morant taking as many open threes as he wants to take, and so you just can't have it. You can't have it where it's like, bro, the only guy that they've got a face guard is Desmond Bane.
Yeah.
That's why the Kennard thing has to be, and obviously it was nice to see Vince knock down a couple last night. This was the worst of the Vince return games. But still made some hustle plays, still knocked down some threes. But I mean, it's gonna be like, dude, Wells took 7 threes last night and made 4 of them, which was good. They were fine. Like, bro, this is the moment. You're watching it. We know how playoff basketball goes. Jalen Wells got treated last night exactly how he's going to get treated in the playoffs. And it's like, do we want to put our fate in the hands of – because you got to shoot the wide open shot. You have to. It's like, are you going to be able to make, 6 of 10 because it's going to be available? And it's like, they at least guard Luke away from the basket.
They do.
I love that Ja too. Like, it was facilitating knowing that the boxing the elbows were playing.
Yep.
Because they played a lot of zone too on the back side of that game. Where Ja would be like, "Yo, somebody come high post." You had a couple times somebody sneak back door, or Ja would get a screen up, kick it to the wing. Like, it helps that you got a point guard that can figure that stuff out. But yeah, we need some dudes that knock down some shots.